Hello, I'm Stefan, a hunter and a shooting instructor, and today we're back on the range to zero the Thermion Duo DXP50. And unlike the other Thermion 2s, which come with either an LRF or without it, this has got a 4K digital camera giving you daytime possibility with full color. This scope is going to be ideal for the hunter who wants to be able to bring one rifle scope with them out in the field to have both daytime and nighttime thermal capabilities. So important notes about the Thermion Duo DXP50. As you can see, and it's plain as day, we have two different heights of the different channels in relation to the bore. So you have to zero both channels to be exact at different ranges. All right, guys, so we're finally here to zero the rifle. Now, full disclosure, I've already done a control group at 30 meters to get on paper before we backed out now at 100 meters. So I'm actually going to set up a new profile and enter the rough coordinates of the rough zero from 30 meters. So we should be on paper before we do this. And to do that, we do a long press of the menu button, and then we select reticle and zeroing by short pressing. And as I'm doing a new profile, I'll go up to zeroing profile, and I will enter that with a short press, and I'll go down to B profile, select that with a short press. I am going down to the plus widget and then short press there. And then it says 100 meters, which we're at, which is good. Otherwise I would change it. And then a long press to select that. Now we've created a new profile, the B profile, and we're going to enter the X and Y coordinates that I had at 30 meters. So the X would be 15, 12. So we're going to zoom in. So you select your magnification by selecting the magnification glass with the short press. Then we go up to the 4 arrows for windage and elevation. And X was 15, 12. There. And the Y is 14, 75. There. And press, long press. So we move the reticle. So now we have the same zeroing as I had on 30 meters. And we're ready now to take our first shot. All right, so we just checked the point of impact, and we're pretty much exactly 7 centimeters to the right and 7 centimeters high. So we're going to adjust for that now in the scope. And we will use the freeze function, which is indicated by this snowflake. And you keep aiming for your point of aim, and then you press the freeze function. So now when you've done that, the image is frozen. I can move around my rifle and the point of aim is not going to shift from the target. So now we can go into windage and elevation, and we can adjust for that POI shift. About there. So to save that, we press a long press, and we go down to the freeze function again and short press to come back to the actual shooting. All right, so we're ready to take another shot to confirm if we're zeroed or not. All right, we're getting closer. We are 1 centimeter to the right and 3 centimeters low, so we're gonna adjust for that again. I'll use the freeze function. And then, now if we would be able to see the impacts, this would be easier, but we're gonna give it just a few centimeters down. And we're going to do windage, which is slightly to the right, like so. And now we're going to save. Go down to the freeze function, unfreeze it, and we're ready to make another shot to confirm. All right, so the 4K daytime channel is now zeroed, and that was kind of quick and easy. Now we got the second part. We're going to zero the thermal part. What you want to do, we know that the daytime channel is zeroed, so we want to freeze the image just like we did before. And now it's kind of important to be as accurate as possible with the freezing. I'm going to try to get steady, and there. So we're pretty much on the bullseye with the frozen image. Now I go down to switch the viewing channel activation, and we go to thermal. And as we can see right now, the image is still frozen in thermal, and we're going to move the reticle to our tin foil. And long press to save. And we're roughly on the tinfoil patch. So we want to unfreeze the image. And now that's done. So we're ready to shoot. We're elevation is perfect, and we're about a little bit more than 8 centimeters to the right. So we're going to do a quick adjustment for that. So we go in here and we're going to freeze the frame again. And we're ready to take a second shot. And there we are, absolutely dead centered. So now what you want to do before you do anything else, you want to save the coordinates. And you back out by pressing and holding the menu button. It says 0 coordinates saved. And now you can back out completely from the unit. And as you can see, just like with other thermions, this is quick and easy. The only difference is we're basically zeroing 2 different scopes. So it will be a bit more ammunition, a little bit more time on the range. And before we leave, just make sure you have good mounts that are suitable for your rifle, not too high, especially with this one. Zero at several different distances because of the point of impact shift that can occur because of the different axes over the bore. Yeah, and make sure the temperature is in line with what you're going to hunt, and you don't get too much of a velocity change because of burn time of the powder. But that being said, thank you from me.